And welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where last episode we did more MSQ, played around with the Red Mage a little bit. Although I had to defeat enemies in order to do that, just random strays. We did figure out how he worked, and I did play him off camera after reading all the abilities. He's fun, it's chaotic, and I keep screwing up. Oh, shut up. Just takes some getting used to. You definitely feel active, and it is, I'm happy to say, very satisfying and does a lot of damage when you do your melee rotation at max mana. Quote unquote max mana. I was worried. All my gear was for caster and none of it was for melee, but I think that's because... let me just see something real quick. Am I still sitting? Cool. Yeah, all this is for our intelligence stat, right? Intelligence and determination increases attack magic potency when rolls a DPS. See, I think how it works is because we're a caster, magic might work for our melee skills. Not melee attacks, but melee skills. I have no proof of that, it's just what I'm thinking. But we also have determination, which... yeah, this also affects damage and magic, so I'm thinking we actually, even though we're not... how do I put this? And of course I'm probably wrong, feel free to correct me. But by boosting magic as or our intelligence as a caster, it affects our casting abilities, and technically these are our abilities we're casting. They may not cast mana, they may not have range, but they might fit that mold because it does a really good chunk of damage. I mean really, I'll have to show you eventually. Which I will because I will be playing Red Mage. But that was just something interesting. Anyways, before we start the build video, what am I saying? Too much other things on my mind. A couple of things. One, you may notice we got a new minion. That's because as it turns out while I was doing some blue quests, I'll get into that in a second, we got enough achievement points for our minion. I call them minions, but I guess pet would be weird. And it's this one, the Minion of Light. I thought it was the Ruby, or Gem, but what it actually is randomly one of the three original avatars. Warrior, Red Mage, Black Mage. Wait, not Red Mage, White Mage. I'm a fool. Shut up. And it changes every time you use it, or every time you load it. See, now it's the Black Mage. So I think that's a little bit fun, gives a little bit of variety. As well as, if you'll come outside, or I guess you don't have to, I also have enough achievement points to get the other mount from the store I wanted, which is the Behemoth. Classic Final Fantasy enemy. And that's pretty much all the... all the... let me just sit again. All the mounts we can get at this moment. And we could probably pick up a few more minions, maybe some armor for a Chocobo, but otherwise we're pretty much good. So, let's not waste time. We want to do more MSQ to unlock more content. But before we do that, we're going to figure out how the heck to play Samurai. So, has all the rolled traits is what I want. And we have no traits unlocked because they lock at 52. Well, that saves us time. But we do get this at 52, which is only 2 levels. Increases Kenki gauge when landing select weapon skills when taking damage under the effect of Third Eye. Don't know what Kenki is, so that's worthless to us. Okay, I'm probably going to mispronounce a lot of these, like the Red Mage, but I have more confidence in my spells. Never mind. Not even. Yeah, I know. Okay. Hakaze. Deliver attack with potency of 180. Your basic starter. Jinpu. Deliver attack potency of 100. Combos from Hakaze. And typical thing, grants Fugetsu. Under the effect of Fugetsu, increases damage dealt by 10%. Okay, so Hakaze Jinpu equals damage buff. Third Eye, this is what that one ability mentioned. Instacast. Oh! That reminds me, while I was playing around and watching videos on Red Mage, mostly funny videos, no tutorials there, I did figure something out that I'm going to have to check and bring up next time. But if I am right in what I'm thinking now, I'm a fool for what I was thinking last episode. And that has to do with AoEs. But we'll get to that. Third eye, reduces the amount of damage taken by the next attack by 10%. But, reduces the amount of... So it's, oh no, I'm about to get hit by something, negated by 10%? Reduce the amount of damage taken by the next attack by 10%, lasts for 4 seconds, so gotta be kind of close. A 50-second cooldown, so basically this is, I keep getting hit, but I'm gonna reduce... Why are you tanky? NP. Let's see, deliver a ranged attack with a potency of 100. Cool, they do have a ranged. Useful if you're ever out of range, obviously. Shifu, deliver attack with potency of 100. Combos from Hakaze. So the first hit. Okay, but it is Melee. Let's see, grants Fuka. Or Huka, I think. Is it Huka or Fuka? Yeah, we'll just go with what's on there, Huka. Let's see, reduces weapon skill cast time and recast time. Spell cast time and recast time, and auto attack delay. So, Shifu ain't Fuka-ing around. Hey, I had to, you know I had to, everybody has to. So basically go Hakaze Jinpu for damage, then Hakaze Shifu for weapon skill go, let's see. Reduces cast time, so basically we can combo faster. Do we want to go Shifu first or Jinpu first? I guess the question is 10% more damage worth it, or 10% speed? No, we'll go Jinpu first, we'll just play it safe. And I think that's how my bar is set up, which I knew, but I blinked. Alright, Fuga. Deliver attack penalty of 190 to all enemies in a cone before you. Okay. So, yeah, it's just your cone, your AoE. That's why it's not on my hotbar, and it doesn't get bonuses just for AoE. Gecko. Deliver attack penalty of 100, 150 when executed from behind. Combos from Jinpu. Okay, so this is the third one, so go Hakaze, Jinpu, damage up into Gecko for increased damage, as well as it does more damage from behind. Okay, you gotta remember positional, as well as grants Getsu. But there's no description for Getsu. This Fugetsu is an effect, as well as Fuka is an effect, but not Getsu. Okay? Iaijutsu. Execute a weapon skill depending on your current number of sen stored in your sen gauge. Let's see. 1 sen is Higabana, 2 sen is Tenka Goken, and 3 sen is Madare Setsugeka. Is it down here? There we go. Right? Higabana, no, these aren't. What? What are they again? I know I just said them, let's see. Tenka, Madane, Higane. Oh, Temba, okay, so these are the 3 abilities. So for 1 sen I get Higabana. Takes a while to cast, has a recast time, deliver the attack with a potency of 200, triggers your dot, can only be activated with 1 sen. And I believe sen are the little, these 3 guards on my screen. So whatever gives us a sen, if we have 1 sen we can trigger Iaijutsu, and it does have a low cooldown, which means I'm guessing whenever we get the sen, we can. Okay, what's, Tenka Goken. Deliver attack with potency of 300 to all enemies. Okay, so it's an AoE, which means we'll always have options to an AoE. Requires 2 sen. You can probably go Higabana to Tenka, unless it consumes all. I don't know. Madare Setsugeka. Let me try that again. Madare Setsugeka. There we go. No pauses. Deliver a critical hit, a free critical with a potency of 620. Yeah, and that's a crit? For 3... Okay, what else is there? Damage that was increased when under the effect of... Or when under the effect that raises critical hit rate. So basically, if we have a buff for crit rate, it'll increase damage even further from 3 sen. Okay, so 1 sen for a dot, because everybody needs a dot. And then once you get your 3 sen, instantly go Madare Setsugeka. But that's a lot, and all we need is 3. I guess we don't know how we get sen yet. Okay, moving on. Mangetsu. Deliver attack with penalty of 1 to all nearby enemies. Combo action Fuga. That was the. Okay, so Cone into AoE. Also grants Fugetsu, which is the damage up. Okay, so this is a AoE combo for your buffs. Interesting. Kasha. Deliver attack penalty 100, 151 from the flank. Combos from Shifu, which was this one that gives us Fuka, which is the reduced cooldown. So, Hakaze Jinpu into Gecko from behind. Hakaze Shifu Kasha from the flank. Grants Ka. What's Ka? So we have Getsu and Ka, which we don't know what those are, and we have Fugetsu, which are just buffs. Whatever. Oka. Their attack with penalty of 100 to all enemies. Grants Fuka. Okay, so it's just an AoE version of the buff for... Oh wait, this also grants Ka? How about Magetsu? Also grants Getsu. Okay, AoE is quicker to get Ka Getsu? I don't know. Yukikaze. Let's see, deliver attack penalty 100. Combo action Hakaze. So 1 into 2. Grants Setsu. Setsu, Ka, Getsu, Ga. This is starting to scramble my head. Yeah, we're almost done. Meikyo Shisui. Execute up to 3 weapon skill combos without meeting combo prerequisites. Does not affect EI Jutsu. Additional effect, successfully landing Gecko, the third one, grants Fugetsu. Fugetsu is the buff from earlier, okay. And successfully landing Kasha will grant Fuka, which is the... So if I'm reading that correctly and I'm understanding, it allows me to activate this, and we could just do Gecko, Kasha, and probably Yukikaze, because it says we don't have to combo. Which allows us to get Setsu, Ka, Getsu instantly, whatever those are. Okay, Hisatsu Shinten, sorry, there's an N there. Deliver attack with a potency of 250, cost 25 Genki, which we read in traits is something we unlock at 52. So a resource gauge. But it's a powerful instant 250 for 25 Genki. Or Kenki, not Genki. Ichatsu Gyoten. Rushes target and delivers attack potency of 100. Cost 10 Genki. Okay, so a gap closer for 10. 25 is a bunch of damage. Alright, Hisatsu Yaten. Deliver attack with potency of 100. 10 Yom backs up. Okay, so it's a disengage. Grants enhanced NP, whatever that is. Cost 10. I don't... Wait, NP, right here. So it makes this stronger? So you disengage and you get a stronger raise attack. Oh, that's cool. Also 10, pretty cheap. Meditate, of course. Gradually increases your Kenki gauge. Let's see, Kenki is not affected while outside of battle. Cancels auto attack. Trigger weapon. We'll just wait till we have it to see what it does. Yeah, let's move on. Hisatsu Kyoten. Delivers an attack with penalty 1 to nearby enemies. So an AoE Hisatsu. So for 25 single target, 25 AoE. Hagakure. Convert Setsu, Getsu, and Ka. Those abilities or things we get from our combos, which we don't know what they do. Into Kenki. So our Kenki gauge each sen converted. Oh, there's sen. And we need a sen for, what was it, Iaijutsu? Yeah, let me check. So so Senchu, Getsu, and Ka are sen, and Iaijutsu says for sen. So Hakaze Jinpu into Gekko will give us a damage up and give us our Getku sen, which we could then spend to instantly do the dot. And then we want Hakaze, Jinpu, Gekku again to get that sen back. Then Hakaze, Shifu into Kasha for Ka-sen, should just say sen. And then Hakaze, Yukikaze will give us the last sen for us to activate, what was it? Yeah, the Midari Setsugeka, which is huge. Okay, so we're basically constantly cycling through 3 combos, keeping our damage up, keeping our dot up, or reduced cast time up. Huh. A little bit more complicated than I thought, although less complicated than Monk. I have a problem with that, but okay, I got lost. Okay, so each sen converted increases your Genki by 10, so you can get 30 if you have 3 sen, but why would you want that? I don't know. Can be executed when effective at least 1 statuses. Okay, Iki Shoten. Increases Genki gauge by 50. That's just an instant 50. Okay, you could probably use that at the start of battle and not care. Hisatsu Guren. Deliver attack to all enemies in a straight line for 400. Cost 25. Now, you see, that does 400 for, 25, whereas, Shinten is a single target for 250, which means why would I use Shinten over Guren? Oh, because Guren... This is it. This is what I was talking about. Okay, so, hear me out, Orbo. Last episode I said I'm not even going to bother with AoEs, right? Everything single target, why should I? Well, as I was watching funny videos making fun of Red Mage, and yes, I was laughing, not hate watching, I kinda had a realization. Some of these AoE abilities might be, cooldowns. I think that's what they're called, or what people refer to them as. Which are abilities you activate, they have a long cooldown, but they don't interrupt anything. I've used them in, what would be a good example? I'm trying to think. I don't really play Melee very often. No, the 5 key you get with Monk. Once you get the 5 key, you get an ability you can activate, but you just instantly activate that whenever you do a combo attack. Paladin also has one of those. So, essentially, even though it's still AoE, basically what I'm saying is, it's a free damage button, even though it's AoE. For instance, this has a 120 second long cooldown. It is an instant cast, which means mid-combo you can just throw this out there. As soon as I get, Shifu's damage up, or not Jinpu's damage up, I can go Hakaze Jinpu, and then I can instantly activate Guren. Of course, I have to have 25 Genki, but I'm saying it won't interrupt what I'm doing. So now I have to go through all my classes and see if any have long cooldowns that I can weave in and out. I'm a fool, you can say it. Yeah. Also, this has a lot of reading. Sorry, I do apologize, and I know I should have said this at the beginning, but feel free to skip ahead. Hisatsu Sene. Deliver attack opponents has 800! Okay, that's why. Right there. It's also an instant cast long cooldown, share the cooldown with Guren. So this is a single target version of an instant... Never mind. My theory was instantly disproven for Samurai. Because this is 400 to every enemy, but this is 800 to a single target, both have the same cast time, and both take up the same amount. I'm a fool, never mind, whatever. Tsubame Gaeshi. Repeat the previous executed Iaijutsu. Okay, so it's the free, cannot be used to repeat Higabana, which is the dot. I wouldn't use it anyways. Don't be used an effective Tsubami Gaeshi ready. Okay, so this is one of our procs. You can double up, so this would be Midari Setsugekko, which is a 600, and then Tsubame Gaeshi to do it again. That's really cool. And you just have to remember the effect of it being ready. Don't know what that means. Shoha. Another attack to all enemies in a straight line before you with potency of 560 at first and reduced. But it has a cooldown, which means we could weave it, so maybe I was still right. Can only be executed after accumulating 3 stacks of meditation by executing Iaijutsu or meditate. Consumes all meditation. Does this give stacks? Okay, I'm confused by a lot of this. We gotta unlock it to see. Tengetsu. Reduce the amount of damage taken by the next attack by 10%. Isn't that what our eye does? Grants Tenketsu's foresight increases Genki gauge when hit. Okay. Grants restores own HP and reduces damage taken by 10%. So, you take a hit, you reduce that damage by 10%, then you start regenning and also take reduced damage again? Well, that seems really powerful, especially when you consider what these other melees do. Although I guess Dragoon has a way of healing himself. Fuko. Never attack with potency 1 to all enemies. It's just an AoE that gives Kenki. Ogi Namakiri. Let's see. Deliver a critical hit, guaranteed crit to all enemies in a cone for 860 for the first and reduced. See, like, these might are still worth putting on your bar, even though they're AoE, because they do a lot of damage. Obviously, if you're a cooldown like Guren and... Not Guren, yeah, Guren and Sene, whatever. Okay, Ogi Namakiri, deliver attack cone, damage dealt in guaranteed crit of 860, that's going to do huge damage. Damage dealt with increased minor effect of a critical hit rate. Grants a stack of meditation up to 3. Can all be used in their... Okay, so that's just when it happens. You have it and increases meditation, whatever those are. Gyofu, deliver attack potency of 240. Increases Genki gauge. Okay. I'm guessing there's a reason for these. Zanshin. Deliver attack to all enemies in a cone before you for 940. Cause 50 Genki gauge. Can only be executed while under effect of ready. And then these are a bunch of attacks we apparently have access to, but we can't use them. Okay, I'm done reading. I want to get to action. So, what's your takeaway, Orbo? Yeah, it was a lot of reading. I do apologize, but that's how these go. Red Mage was quick for us. This one was a little bit complex. So, from what I'm getting is we go combo, 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 combo. You know what? Let's fight some enemies real quick. Don't worry, Wedge will help with the story in a second. I gotta test out these combos. Okay, so we can... Let's see, get close enough, so Blade Beam. And then... Kaze into Jinpu. Into Gekko... I have damage up, into Gekko gives us... Okay, there's a Sen. And so now if I go to this lizard... Okay, the icon did change. I now have access to Higabana, which is a dot. A little bit of cast time. So now if I go... I know this is not going to be optimal. I apologize. Where are the enemies? So that's the dot. It does take a minute, so gotta be careful of that. Okay, Ice Sprite, please stay so I can hit you with Gekko, which is also supposed to be hit from behind. And then Hikaze into... Nope, I screwed up. Let me try that again. I wish there was more enemies. There's one. Come here. So then we go Jinpu into Shifu. And then this one wants to be flanked. Okay, then we have our other Sen. And then this one into Yukikaze. Now we have all 3 set, which means we can do the Setsugeka. That dealt a lot of damage. And then if we activate Mekushisui, I'm mispronouncing all these, but I apologize. We should be able to just instantly go Gekkosh, Kasha, Yukikaze. If they don't perish first. So we'll test that and then we'll do story missions, because we need enemies that are actually strong. Okay, there is, so if I get close enough to where these... Okay, we're close, so if I activate this, we can go Gekko, Instant Send, that we get over buffs, and then we can go into this for the huge hit. So you should probably start off with that, considering you let you get your damage or all your buffs active instantly, and you can get a huge AoE hit, or a huge hit. Interesting. And we do have True North for positionals if we don't want to deal with that nonsense. For an opener. Interesting. And I'm not trying to be biased here, but we have to play around, but this might be a fun class. Okay, back to story quest. We gotta find your friend. Alright, I'm fine now thanks to you. My camp bearers thought of Big still being out there in the cold. You lure the enemies away. Can you find them? I have a slight idea where he might be. Do you know? For some reason? Let's see. Man dressed in your same companion. Let me think. Well, there's a cave close by. I suggest searching there. He might be there. Oh, thank you. Behemoth. We ride. A little bit awkward, but you know what? Having 3 mounts is better than none, right? Yeah. And we will hopefully get more as we play. Hopefully. Alright, there's a cave right behind us. With some plasmoids. A lot of them. This is a pretty cave. Alright, are you in here, Biggs? We're looking, we're surveying, we're looking, and still looking. Nope, we have enemies. Alright, do this, and you'll probably perish from this one combo. And then we want to go with the second one. Again, this is probably wrong, feel free to correct me. We now have cast time reduced. And then if I do this, we have access to our big hitter, which I'm not going to use because there could be a boss. Or not, so I'm not going to waste it. Sorry, Plasmoid. Ooh, that was a 2k. And, sorry, gotta do this, and so now I can just freely do this, so there's no cooldown, just need the send. And that projectile's pretty good, too. Not weak. There we go. Okay, everything's off cooldown. I'm impressed. Now, I know this is a little bit biased. I can't really go off the numbers because, well, this character has level 50 gear, and my melees are still level 30 and 40. But in terms of gameplay, it sounds and seems fun. Again, I need stronger enemies. Oh, that's right. I was doing, let me just start the next quest and I'll talk about the blue missions I've been doing. Or anything? Not in the area. Let's see, if he was trying to get him away, where would he go? We can't give up, I wasn't going to, there must be somewhere in the tower. Ask everybody in the tower. Okay. So, I did some of these, blue... Do I have any? Yeah, some of these... blue plus quest lines, and they did a couple things. For one, they gave me these logs, like challenge log, gathering log, sightseeing log, which basically is a great way to get bonus money. I got quite a bit of money for it, which would have been nice to know earlier. Let's see, I also got access to a bunch of dungeons, if I show you the duty finder, that I did have access to. Because remember, we go from Brave Flocks to the Stone Vigil, and that was where we left off. But I got access to the Sunken Temple, which is a level 35 dungeon. Cutter's Cry, which is a 38 dungeon, which has gear that's appropriate. And then we have access to a level 44 dungeon, access to a level 47 dungeon, and we have access to a level 50 dungeon, but this we're too weak to do. And I think it's the first one, or I think this is where you can no longer use NPCs. So don't worry, I will go through all these one video and show you what that's like. Now, the funny thing is, a lot of them were just bonuses. I got the ability to hunt for treasure, which was weird. I did get this, Fantasia, which allows us to completely recreate our character. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have a use for that, but we have it. We have access to a barber if we want to change our hair. And then Gridania continues to tick me off, but I'll explain that after this. Your friend is lost in the wilderness. If he's not to be found around here, it's possible made it to White Brim. To reach it, one must travel through this area. No guarantee or search, but I will search there. Oh, I do tread warily. They are slippery. Well, I mean, they did give us a place to look. Anyways, so in Gridania, there's 2 entries to the outside where you start farming up your monsters, right? Didn't mean to do that. You're too big for your own good behemoth. And one of them was closed off. It said, we can't let you pass this gate because we're Gridania, we suck. And so I'm like, okay, whatever, maybe story reason, blah blah blah. Then I do a blue quest and it's like, oh, hey, you went and talked to this person, you talked to me. You don't have access to the gate. Yeah, it was that simple. Gridania continues to be one of the worst places ever. Oh, here's a gate. I'm going the wrong way. I don't even know how I'm supposed to get up here. Behemoth, what are you doing? But yeah, it's like, hey, here's a gate you can't go through. Oh wait, you're level 10 now? You talk to this person? You can go through our gate now. Gridania, the worst place. The worst people, the worst place, the most inconvenient. It's so annoying. Oh, you wanna go? You wanna go? I'll show you what I got. And you're not worth it. Oh well. Ooh, AoE. Looks pretty cool. And there's our destination. He has had to interrupt me. Oh, Estrela's over here. Interesting. Yeah, Gridania sucks still. Ooh, level sync. Wait, am I going to lose any of my abilities? I'm going to lose access to Yukikaze and... So I won't be able to do my 3 sen. Noted. And I won't be able to do that... Okay, so I lose access to 1 combo. Anyways, story! Gridania sucks. I apologize if everybody likes Gridania. It sucks. Alright, let's hopefully fight some people and actually get to see what we can do. Hey, there he is. I wanted to take you back, dead or alive. Which will it be? Why don't you come and find out? Hi, I'm a samurai now. Ah, Mechas, it is well that you are here. The situation is grave. Biggs is in bad way. We need to do something right now. Is everybody a pugilist? Ina has a right of it. He'll perish if we delay. With me. Alright, you got backup. He's not alone. Kill them all. You know you're done, right? Oh, look at that. 1 hit, half health. You're not worth it. I mean, I guess I... Makes sense. I'm not supposed to be a samurai, right? Oh, wait. This. Get damage over time on the big one. Now we have our combo skills that can be faster. Don't know how fast. But apparently it is faster. We have an AoE, which I guess we can just throw out because we can. Okay, now we get our damage up again. Now we want to go... Oh, there's something here, and... It's a machine. Why are you fighting me, brother? Actually, you're my brother, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah, it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I guess I'll take out the big machine. Nobody else is gonna. Guess I could drop the AoE. Oh, and I have positionals, but I don't have a tank, so that's not really relevant. There we go, the big boy's down. You're done, get one shot. Oh, there's more. I'm almost out of my blood buff. There we go, got it back. Almost lost it. Gotta remember to switch combos. Not just do the same ones over and over. This isn't a Dragoon. Not throwing shade, just gotta remind myself. New class. And there we go. Sucks not having my third combo, but we got it. So we done here? Can we get back to the mission? I think another moment I would have... Yeah, let's not talk about that. He has been in the cold for so long, he must find shelter. There's a tower close by where his other friend is. The tower? Ah, very well. Ida shall bring him there. Speaking of cold, shouldn't she be cold? So happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. I love reunions. What about your Lalathal? Where'd they go? Oh, and something I forgot to mention with the Blue Quest. We made contact with beast tribes that are actually nice. We've found some nice fish, some nice kobolds, some nice Amoja, and I haven't done anything with it, but more stuff to do, I guess. They apparently sell items, but their items don't look that good to me, so I don't know what the point of it. But if you happen to know, let me know. Is there a reason why I should be going on my way to help the birds to fit? Oh, that reminds me. So, Amalja. Do the Amalja quest. Oh, are you strong? Yes? Cool, we welcome you. The fish. Oh, can you help us? One of our little ones ran away. Oh, you found him? Thank you. Gridania's person, the birds, that's right, not the leaf people, which I already made peace with, the birds, which have no feathers and can't fly, require you to be a crafter to do. I mean, yes, I am working on leveling up crafters, but I can't complete it because I don't have a crafter leveled up, because I'm leveling up on my other classes first. Freaking Gridania is the worst and most inconvenient place. Hey, here's a gate you can't get through unless you level up. And we're not going to open it up for you, you have to go out of your way to a random blue quest to open up the gate. Oh, you want to be part of our beast tribes? Well, you gotta be a crafter. Gridania, I have work for you, but if I keep going, I'm gonna overheat, and Orbo wouldn't want that. So instead, let's have the reunion and end the episode. But I swear, Gridania, I swear. I can't thank you enough, Mechas, and the same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. It's what we do. We're a family, are we not? Oh, yes, it's just, I didn't think I'd never see him again. Well, if the roles were reversed, yeah. But, I mean, look at him. He's big. Literally. And you save Wedge 2, Mechas? I'm gonna count how many I owe you. A lot. Just keep the airship in order. Hey, Rubber Sid. Biggs, Wedge. God, it's good to see you two again. Chief, it's you. It's really you. In our hearts we knew you were still alive, but to finally see you in the flesh... When Alphanaud told me of the raid of the Walking Sands, I feared the worst. What happened? The enemy struck with nary a warning, we didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I were in the workshop when they came. Before we knew it, what was happening, the Imperial had us at gunpoint. I want to be a machinist. It must have been awful. There's one thing I don't understand, though. How did the Guardians get there so fast? I mean, the Immortal Flame should have seen them coming, right? I myself have asked the same question. That day, when I returned to the carnage of the Waking Sands, I noted not a miss in horizon. Nothing at all to suggest a passing of the Imperial force. From this, I conclude that the Guardians came neither by land nor by air, They were born there by potent teleportation magics. Magic of the kind used by the Asians. Carry on. We were bound and blindfolded and bundled into cargo bays waiting an airship. I can't rightly say how long I was aboard, but when time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the midst of an imperial stronghold, Castrum Sentry. Upon arrival, we were marched off to the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown to a detainment cell, while Minfilly and the others were taken elsewhere. That was the last we heard of them. Castrum Sentry. Hi, I'm here. What happened next? Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years. It was only days. Although I guess it did take me a while. Yeah. Well, it was probably moons, or maybe weeks. And then, without warning, the Imperials collected a pair of us, put us on another vessel, which we found out we were bound for Garlemald. Much to our dread, we knew that if we were taken back there, we would never leave again. So risky though it was, we sabotaged the ship and made an escape. He's happy, I'm happy. If I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story, sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel. That would have been Big's handiwork, like it is not. You always always force on a tight spot, my friend. I'm glad everybody's laughing. Apparently I'm not allowed to laugh. Mechas, thank you for returning my dear assistants to me. They seem I owe you yet another debt. Everybody's apparently indebted me up to their eyeballs. There are still many questions on my mind, but the answers can wait. Minfilly and the others still want for rescue. That's the only reason I'm here. Let me go after him. Alright, you lot. Garland Ironworks is back in business. Let's go give the Imperials what for. Alright, quest complete. So, what's the next quest? Let me just see. Come into my castrum. Well, I guess we'll be doing that next time because it's getting on in video length. I spent too much time talking about EI jutsus and sems and all that. Hey, it had to happen. Every time we play a new class, we gotta see what all they can do. Oh, speaking of, I did unlock White Mage and Ninja and Scholar and Summoner, so once we get those we have basically every main class now. No Pugilist, we have Monk. No Arcanist, we have Summoner and Scholar. No more Conjurer, we have White Mage. So everybody's now their real official class. But I gotta get back to grinding. And next episode, I guess, hopefully we finally free our friends, or at least get closer. I know it's my fault it's taking so long, but I didn't know what I was doing as a samurai. And in fact, I'm gonna go do some samurai stuff off camera to figure out this class. Well, until next episode. Well, that was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed gaming. This has been the Mechanist, logging off. Until next time.